Erica Stanley, engineering leader, community builder, speaker, and contributor. Code and Conscience, issue number 7. Code and conscience is my way of thinking out loud with friends. That's you, by the way, about how we as technologists, builders, creators, and leaders impact the world around us with what we choose to build and how we build it. In this issue, tech is not neutral. We'll address how platforms, algorithms, and AI are actively shaping political narratives, amplifying some voices while silencing others, and discuss how we can use tech without getting played. On my bookshelf, a few interesting books on infrastructure, systems thinking, greed, and power. I'm recommending these books because they've shaped how I think about tech and human systems. What I'm up to. Here, I'll share what I've been working on, including community events and getting back to startup advising and investing, plus some personal news and a preview of what's next. An image of Lady Justice with a blindfold, scales, and a sword. Can algorithms drive revolution? The digital age of dissent. Technology is not a neutral, impartial fence-sitter. The people behind the technology have intentions. More often than not, strings are being pulled from behind the curtain. Think about it. Why are some accounts shadow banned? Why do dissenting posts mysteriously vanish during protests? Why are some political content favored at the expense of others? Technology shapes what we see, what we say, and who hears it. It's the new infrastructure of activism. From live streams that expose police brutality to government-orchestrated internet blackouts during elections, the digital arena is where power is gained, manipulated, or erased. And in the age of AI and algorithmic influence, social and political agendas are getting more sophisticated, targeted, and harder to detect. Let's talk about the myth. Tech is just a tool. On paper, sure. But in reality, the platforms you post on, the algorithms that curate your feed, the AI that recommends what you read, these are not open agnostic systems. They are engineered with bias influenced by politics and sometimes optimized for control. For example, X, wasn't just a social media platform in the last US election. It was a political sideshow, part megaphone, and part misinformation machine. With Elon at the reins, the app algorithmically boosted conservative content while claiming to champion free speech. Twitter wasn't neutral. India's 2024 elections also became a digital war zone. Both BJP and Congress political parties deployed AI-powered war rooms. They tracked narratives in real time, used memes, reels, and even WhatsApp to engage young and old electorates. They didn't just employ technology for technology's sake. It was intentional, strategic, and effective in swaying the opinions of voters. Thankfully, it hasn't been all bad. In Kenya, for example, Gen Z started a digital revolution to kick against the 2024 finance bill, a bill that imposed higher taxes despite an already high cost of living. They built tools like the Finance Bill GPT, translated laws on TikTok, tracked police violence via USSD codes, and used crowdfunding platforms to cover legal and medical aid. Using tactical and tech-literate resistance, they managed to bypass traditional political gatekeepers and force the government to revoke the bill. Now, we are no longer asking whether tech influences social and political movements. We're asking who it's empowering and who it's quietly pushing out of frame. So when people say tech is neutral, what they really mean is I'm not ready to talk about who's being harmed, who's being helped, and who's pulling the levers. Subscribe to Code and Conscience. Using tech without getting played. Here's how to stay smart, skeptical, and digitally literate. 1. Fact check before you fight. Misinformation spreads really fast, especially if it was designed to trigger emotions. So before you share or send that spicy rebuttal, ask, is this true or just a ploy to get me mad? 2. Push for policy. Tech moves faster than regulation, but that doesn't mean we stop asking uncomfortable questions. If we don't demand real policy, we'll keep getting new features with the same old risks. 3. Disrupt the echo chamber. Your algorithm knows your comfort zone and tries to keep you there. Intentionally follow people who don't look like you, vote like you, or think like your group chat. This forces you to see opinions from different perspectives. 4. Ask who benefits. If a tool or propaganda feels too convenient, it probably is. Investigate who profits from the outrage, the engagements or silence. Follow the money, the data trail, and the algorithmic breadcrumbs. Technology is also disrupting businesses by making fraud easier than ever with AI-generated fake receipts, shaping narratives with deepfake videos passing off as legitimate breaking news, etc. Joy Victor's article, Technology Trends That Should Scare You, goes deeper into this issue. Please read it. Around the web. Read on LinkedIn, Celebrating Juneteenth and Understanding the Imbalance of Information Flow in the U.S. by Dr. Brandeis Marshall. Watch via TikTok, Tech Billionaire says the quiet part out loud. Watch via YouTube. Is technology our savior or our slayer? By Ruha Benjamin. Watch via YouTube, Leadership Keynote, the CTO as a Global Citizen with Erica Stanley. Billionaires Don't Solve Crises by Aya Jaff. Ideologies of Control, a series on tech power and democratic crisis. On my bookshelf. What I'm reading. Careless People. A Cautionary Tale of Power, Greed, and Lost Idealism by Sarah Wynn-Williams. A Civic Technologist Practice Guide by Sid Harrell. How Infrastructure Works Inside the Systems That Shape Our World by Deb Chachra. Systems Thinking for Social Change, a Practical Guide to Solving Complex Problems, Avoiding Unintended Consequences, and Achieving Lasting Results by David Peter Stroh. What I've been up to. Rooted Black Women in Tech Brunch. On Tuesday, June 10th, I had the immense joy and privilege of bringing to life an idea that has been in the back of my head for years. The Rooted Black Women in Tech Brunch. About 60 incredible Black women technologists gathered on Hotel Clermont's stunning rooftop overlooking the Atlanta skyline. Read more in the link below. Meet Atlanta Tech Week speakers. Refactor Tech teamed up with our friends at Atlanta JavaScript, Modern Web, React ATL, and Atlanta Vue.js to introduce a few Atlanta Tech Week speakers to our communities. This gave me a great reason to invite friends and industry-wide inspirations, Angie Jones and Kelsey Hightower. As a surprise to no one, they wowed us all with their deep tech wisdom. Thanks to Angie and Kelsey for sharing so generously with the Atlanta tech community. New Refactor Tech logo. New logo just dropped. We are going to have so much fun with our new alien mascot. New vibe, same mission, building community, sharing untold tech stories, and helping you grow. Educating the next generation of women investors. Khadijah Robinson, General Partner at Fictive Ventures and Program Manager at Center for Black Entrepreneurship, held a private event to educate and encourage early women investors. A personal note. After 4 years of building and growing Google Play Atlanta from the ground up to nearly 100 engineers, engineering leaders, product managers, UX designers, program managers, and data analysts, last Friday was my last day at Google. I'm sincerely grateful for everything we accomplished together. From building Play's loyalty partnerships programs and content management and publishing platform, to building the developer content pipelines that fuel our new engagement hubs and the Gen AI tooling to enable content discovery at scale. After some overdue downtime, I'll be working on a few projects near and dear to my heart. I'll get back to my startup roots, working on a product MVP my husband and I paused 10 years ago, while continuing to advise and invest in underrepresented founders. I'll also do more writing, speaking, and coaching. I've been working on a book that's part equitable systems thinking and design and part tech strategy. I can't think of a better time to buckle down and release it to the world. Onward, follow me on all socials. Erica on LinkedIn, at ericastanley.com on Blue Sky. Book me to speak at your event. Don't miss the next issue of Code and Conscience. Subscribe today.